Hi, I'm Mora and everything I do in my life is film. And I've sort of, throughout the years of me taking myself seriously as a filmmaker, I have done short films that are with just a couple of friends and everything, and I've also done solo films, like my movie Bug was shot by myself. Vanity Fair is literally where I go to for inspiration. I watch all of the career breakdowns. That video on the screenwriting challenge with Emily Carmichael, where she writes the script in 7 minutes, I believe. That video was a direct inspiration to my own screenwriting challenge, because I felt like I want to see if I could do that. I want to see if I could sort of write a screenplay in a night. I didn't do 7 minutes, but I did do like in one night, and it was really great. And honestly, like, that was just one more film that I really wanted to make, and I could picture it, and it got my creative juices flowing and everything. And it was just this, it was this video that I really needed to see at the time. It makes me feel like the celebrities that you interview are and have been where I am. You know, not are where I am, but have been where I am, and they've felt the things I've felt, and they felt like they're not going to make it and everything. And to me, that is just so bizarre, because they have made it, and they have made it to that top. And what I love about Vanity Fair is the fact that you give this opportunity to people like me. You give this opportunity to peer into the minds of people who have succeeded, and also you sort of break down the realism in the movies that have been made. So, like, for example, how you had the lawyer, like the real lawyer, break down court scenes, you know, and like scenes like that, things like that. And the voice acting videos really sort of, you can't believe that they play so many people, and it really makes you appreciate the art in general. Of you try to do an impersonation yourself, and then you realize how much essential science and anatomy that is really used in all of that. Like, it's a technique, and it's not perfect, and it's difficult, and it is an actual art, you know. And I love that Vanity Fair has these videos that have sort of targeted different artists, and I genuinely feel like Vanity Fair is made by artists for artists, and that's somewhere where I would love to be. I would really love it, and I admire it and I respect it. By filming yourself, you're sort of able to access the different parts that are in a film, you know what I mean? You sort of take advantage of all of that, and you take advantage of the hair and makeup and the editing, and you're appreciating it a lot more, color theory and production design and everything. And being my own filmmaker, being my own director and all these things, it gives me that respect for the artists that are putting all of their effort and all of their work and their blood, sweat and tears in these productions and everything. It really makes me grateful. I guess my dream would essentially be to give that same vibe, you know, and sort of teach people how to do that, and sort of help them along the way, the same way that I've tried to help myself along the way, you know. Very similar to the way that I see Vanity Fair, you know what I mean? To where like I mean, pretty much that. Otherwise, why am I, you know, why would I interview? It's like that's what Vanity Fair does for me, and what I would want to do to other people as well. Being in film, it's not stress-free. You're sort of signing up for a more challenging life, but it's, you know, as fun as it is and everything, there are certain measures that you should take, you know. And for me, what I do is I sit with it. I sit with whatever's going on, and think about it before I make an action. I sort of really like to take the thinking approach. There was a music video called Serenade, and it was supposed to be a summer music video where we all went to the beach, and it was supposed to be this happy-go-lucky sort of camping vibe, but New York being New York, at the time it was really warm in the daytime and everything on like in the city, but we went to Montauk to shoot the film, and it ended up being about 20 degrees cooler than we expected. So everyone was so cold they didn't want to get out of their tent, and everyone sort of like huddled together, and so that was really, I had to think on my feet as far as that one went, because the equipment stopped working and like it was too cold for the batteries to sort of work and turn on. And so what we ended up doing was we put the batteries inside a car that was sort of warming up in the inside and everything, and we were charging everything as much as we can, and sort of having the mufflers of the like cars and everything pointed toward a certain area so that the power would work. And in the meanwhile, everyone was just drinking and sort of trying to warm themselves up. So it made for a very interesting shoot, because I was also really cold, but I wasn't really letting that get to me, mainly because I felt like if we don't shoot now, we're not going to shoot it, because everyone else is going to feel a little bit less less in their right state of mind, if you know what I mean. But it worked out really nice, and the video is actually so fun, and it was such a cool thing to sort of be part of, and I'm very grateful for that. If there was a deadline that I had that was stressing me out or the team out, then I would try to figure out where we can compromise. Is there something that we haven't thought of yet? And if there is no compromise, and if we feel like we've thought of everything, then I will take another step back, and I'm thinking, all right, like, where can I help? You know, who needs assistance with this? And if we split up the work, maybe we can really get it all done together, because essentially it is a team effort. You know, if one is falling, then we all gotta like sort of help lift that person back up and everything. It's all about the team, and so even if we sort of like split things up, I feel like we're just going to be able to come up with a solution together. So for Samba Chronicles, I was brought on as the editor, and I was working with the director directly, and so that all sort of happened right when we were being isolated and practicing social distancing. So it's a very intriguing way of working, you know, like we had to go on Zoom calls and Zoom meetings and everything, and I'd share my screen and show her what I've done and everything, and then she's also able to make the notes right then and there, which was really helpful, because she had a sort of vision, the way that she wanted the series to look, and it just really helped so much to be able to work directly with her. So it was like incredible, you know, because you're able to tap into someone's mind and what their vision is, and tweak your own to make sure that it fits theirs as well. But then also, you know, on the flip side, she'd also give me that creative freedom, and especially for episode 3, I edited that one fully by myself, and that was really cool too, because I sort of I was able to tap into my own creativity and show her the way that I imagined things, and they'll be completely different from her original vision, but she loved the changes and she loved the different perspective in that. I just was able to really know what kind of editor I was, and what kind of films I liked, and I was able to pull all of this inspiration from all of these different movies and all of these different shows, and why I chose certain things, and it was such an inspiring thing. And after I finished that one, then I just sort of started to again get my own ball rolling, and work on a lot of other projects as well. So one of my favorite filming experiences so far has been the film that I'm working on now, which it's a work in progress title, a working title, as you may call it. It's essentially a social distancing film about 3 friends now, about 3 friends who are dealing with their own their own problems at home, and in order to film it we have to film it ourselves. We don't really have anyone to film with us, so then we'll FaceTime and they're setting up the camera, and then I'll help them set up where I want it to be positioned, and so that's really cool. So it's been really awesome, sort of like seeing their mind that's like kind of switch gears a little bit from actor to cinematographer to writer and everything, and you can really see that process happen. It's definitely a mixed thing. It's definitely a team effort here. So that has been the most fun, I think, just because it is such a challenge. So an opportunity that I've had to sort of improve has been learning how to take a break. While I was editing Samba Chronicles, I also signed on to be a part of a podcast and an accountability group, and also I started posting on YouTube more consistently and everything, and then also keeping up with some short films and everything. And what I found was that I was obsessing over these projects, and I wouldn't really give myself a moment to just have for me and without work in my mind and everything. And what that really taught me was that as much as I could keep working, there is always that like moment where you should step back and take a look at what's been done. Because if you were to look at the Mona Lisa, for example, and stand inches away from it, you're not going to see its beauty until you step back and you look at the whole thing. And that was something that I really learned. So Vanity Fair is everything to me. It has been the thing that sort of got me out of bed and put a smile on my face and made me want to get up and do a video and write a film. All that being said, thank you so much for watching this video, and again, I appreciate what Vanity Fair is doing for us young creators, and honestly it just keeps the dream alive, and that's all any of us could really ask for. So with that, take care, stay healthy. I'm Mora Mitchell, and I'll talk to you soon.